China passes a law allowing the Coast Guard to fire on foreign vessels. This prompts Foreign Secretary Teodoro Locsin Jr. to file a diplomatic protest against China. Locsin Jr. announces this Wednesday, January 27, 2 days after initially saying China's passage of the new law is none of our business. The Foreign Affairs Chief says deeper reflection on the issue led him to the view that the law can be seen as a verbal threat of war to countries that defy it. The Philippines and China have long been in territorial disputes because of the West Philippine Sea. Earlier published draft versions of the bill show China authorizing its Coast Guard to use all necessary means to stop or prevent threats from foreign vessels. Passed last January 22, the law grants Chinese Coast Guard personnel the authority to demolish other countries' structures built on reefs claimed by China. The controversial law was passed less than a week after Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi visited Manila, where he had bilateral talks with Locsin. Philanthropist Bill Gates says poor countries face a best-case scenario of a 6 to 8 month lag behind rich nations in getting access to COVID-19 vaccines. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation so far committed some $1.75 billion, including funds for the COVAX Vaccine Sharing Initiative co-led by the World Health Organization. COVAX aims to deliver 2.3 billion doses of the COVID-19 vaccine by the end of 2021, including 1.8 billion doses to poorer countries. Meantime, the Philippines reports 2,245 new COVID-19 infections on Wednesday. This figure is the highest since November 8. The spike comes after the detection of the more infectious United Kingdom variant in the country. It also comes at a time when the Tourism Department is investigating a reported party in Baguio City. Social media personality Tim Yap celebrated his birthday at the Manor at Camp John Hay, and photos and videos circulating online show they were not wearing masks and not practicing social distancing. The country's contact tracing czar and Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong and his wife also attended the said party. Philippine Army Chief Lieutenant General Cirilito Sobejana is the next Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP. He is the 8th military chief under President Rodrigo Duterte. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque confirms this Wednesday, January 27, saying he is confident General Sobejana will continue to modernize the military. Sobejana succeeds General Gilbert Gapay, who was in office for 6 months. Sobejana takes over one of the weakest military forces in Asia, whose commander-in-chief and defense secretary consider communist insurgents as the biggest threats to the country. Meantime, professors emeriti of the University of the Philippines, or UP-Diliman, denounced the termination of the university's accord with the Defense Department. Among those who signed the letter were former Socio-Economic Planning Chief Ernesto Pernia, economist Winnie Monsod, former UP Chancellor Michael Tan, and former UP President Francisco Nemenzo. In an open letter Sunday, January 24, at least 35 retired professors urged top UP officials to join them in working to strengthen academic freedom against those who seek to weaken them. The retired professors say they see no tenable or compelling reason why the agreement was ended. The National Telecommunications Commission, or NTC, says the commercial rollout for the Mobile Number Portability, or MNP Act, will start by September 30. Under the MNP Act, a mobile phone user has to submit a porting application if he or she wants to change providers. The user can still keep his or her mobile number despite switching to another network. In a Senate hearing Wednesday, January 27, NTC Deputy Commissioner Ed Cabarrios says interoperability testing will be conducted in June. Cabarrios explains the commercial launch for mobile number portability was supposed to be during the first quarter of 2021, but it was delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic. Globe Telecom, Smart Communications, and Dito Telecommunity formed a consortium called Telecommunications Connectivity. They tapped global firm Cineverse to implement the porting platform. Several graphics posted by the Civil Relations Service of the Armed Forces of the Philippines claim a certain Michael Eric Castillo, supposedly a professor at the University of the Philippines, supports the termination of the 1989 UP Department of National Defense Accord. This is false. Both UP and the UP National College of Public Administration and Governance released statements saying Castillo served as a part-time lecturer, not a professor. The UP Faculty Manual differentiates professors and lecturers. Professors are regular members of the teaching staff, while lecturers are on a temporary status and paid on an hourly basis. Qualifications to become a professor in UP are far more stringent than a lecturer. UP also denounces the use of the university logo in the AFP's graphics, saying the use of the official UP symbol is inappropriate and improper. Shortly after the statements, the Civil Relations Service of the AFP corrects its posts and removed the UP logo. It changed Castillo's title to UP alumnus and former senior lecturer. The post says Castillo supports the abrogation of the accord and claims the majority of UP alumni are not opposed to its unilateral termination. Castillo says in a post on Facebook he stands by his statement and that it is his personal view.